Have you ever thought about why you're here? Now think about if you stayed where you were. Praise will always imply a reference to a higher standard.
IMG Academy in
Academy,
Florida.
They've got D1 players all over the times presented programs in the country.
Commitment, sacrifice, hard work. You hear that a lot. The difference lies in all the things that have created and maintained that standard. You could be the man somewhere else. When you come here, it's bigger than you. There is history here.
There is a lot of talent undefeated.
And one thing we never do is let down the man next to us or the ones that came before us.
Breaking the record for most picks by a high school.
This is a place where character is built and drive is developed. But your time here is limited. When you earn the right to be here, it's bigger than football. Protect that right. Protect the brotherhood.
Every day, we rise.
What organelle builds protein?
As students. As competitors. As leaders.
It takes 7 days for food to be.
But most importantly, as people. People from all over the world who arrive wide-eyed and graduate wise beyond our years. Having made lifelong relationships with teachers, coaches, and each other. All while becoming someone that our own families may not recognize. The best version of ourselves. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed.
Learning it and then applying it.
In college and beyond. To ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all. The human one.
Hey, Mom.
We did it.
Thursday night lights here in Bradenton as one of the top teams in the nation looks to keep moving forward and stay perfect on this 2023 season. After a 55-14 win over Pine Forest last week, the IMG Academy Ascenders welcome the Gray Collegiate War Eagles from South Carolina here to IMG Academy Stadium. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Alongside my broadcast partner, Nate March, my name is Ryan Sunol. There you see the captains for the evening, Gavin Nix and Jaden Bradford. And Nate, there was a lot of talk after the big upset in high school football about where IMG was going to fall in the national rankings, and they stay at number 4 after St. John Bosco shuts out Mater Dei and jumps IMG to that number 3 ranking.
Yeah, the national ranking outcomes disappointing, maybe not entirely unexpected, given the way IMG has been treated at times over the last few years relative to, in particular, those California schools. But the Ascenders certainly, I don't think they need bulletin board material to put some points on the board tonight, but it might be on their minds.
And those 3 teams ahead of them, Bishop Gorman, Chaminade Madonna, and St. John Bosco, should be noted. Bishop Gorman has never played IMG Academy. St. John Bosco has never played IMG Academy. And the last time IMG played Chaminade Madonna, it was 43-0 an IMG win. So we'll see what happens tonight. It's probably something in the back of the players' mind, and wouldn't surprise me if they came out with the same fire last week that saw them go up 55-0 against Pine Forest.
Yeah, it really is unfortunate at these top levels of high school football, and there's a lot of politics involved why it doesn't happen, but it's unfortunate that we cannot resolve this and get the top teams in the country together a little bit more, because we certainly know it's what IMG wants.
As IMG will line up to receive the opening kickoff. Again, the captains for Gray Collegiate, Zy Offord, Rylan Cunningham, Jamarius Lockett, and JT Sowell. And on to kick for the War Eagles is Junior Gonzalez, the 5'9", 160-pound junior. Again, just a beautiful night, finally starting to cool down here on the Gulf Coast of Florida. And we are underway. They're going to try an onside kick. It is fielded. I believe that was Zechariah Fort, the sophomore, who is able to cut down the trickery from the War Eagles early on.
It is the best time of year in Florida. High school football season, later portion of it, feels like fall, but no threat of winter. You know, the weather conditions ideal for playing, but without the nasty weather that comes at this back half of the season in northeastern and mid-Atlantic states.
1st and 10, IMG will start the game from their own 39-yard line. And a quick little equipment ball swap. And it will be Jaden Bradford at quarterback for IMG Academy and the Ascenders. He'll start with 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Man in motion is Jeray Hawkins, and they will fire this out to him. He's got space at the 45 and into War Eagle territory. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. 61 yards on the first play from scrimmage, and Jeray Hawkins takes it to the house.
Well, you could see that developing as soon as the ball was in Hawkins' hands. Only one defender with an angle to have a shot at it. Hawkins ran right past him, and no chance for the safeties to get over and factor in the play. Quick and easy as can be for IMG.
Joe Collins on for the point after. Again, just seconds into this game, and IMG already up 6-0. Collins on. Now the snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So 10 seconds into the game, IMG 7, Gray Collegiate 0. And I think we were expecting the IMG offense to come out firing, Nate. I don't know if we expected it to come in one play.
No, that's... Yeah, as we take another look here, and I think you're going to see exactly what I called attention to. You'll see the motion before the play, followed by the fake handoff. Hawkins is the man in motion. The defense never adjusts. And, yeah, no one's within 5 yards of him as he cruises into the end zone.
And we talk about the ranked players in the ESPN 300. Jeray Hawkins currently committed to be a Florida Gator and is number 192 on the ESPN 300 of the top 300 high school players in the senior class. This one an opportunity to be returned. Haven't seen many of those over the past few weeks, and down to about the 18-yard line. So the IMG offense perfect on their one play. We'll see what the defense has for the War Eagles.
Now, the returners tried to be a bit deceptive as to which one of the two of them had the ball initially after the catch right in front of the goal line, but IMG very sound. Everyone held to their lanes, and it becomes apparent pretty fast who actually has the ball, and the Ascenders cover pretty quick.
Gray Collegiate, 2 receivers to each side. I believe this is John Tyler Waller, the quarterback. Zy Offord, the 5'10", 175-pound senior, accompanies him on his right hip. He will try to run in between the tackles. We talked about it last week, Nate, while you were out, but running in between the tackles on any IMG defensive line usually not going to get you very far.
No, even in the post-grad level games, and yeah, we've seen that the battle up front most often is won by the Ascenders.
Second and 9 for IMG. Moving over to the other side, B.J. Montgomery. Waller takes the snap, fires this one quick into the flat. They try a little screen to Jamarius Lockett, but no one there. No room upfield for number 12 for Gray Collegiate, and tackle for loss for the Ascenders.
Now, right away, things go in the wrong direction for Gray, and there's certainly an element to which I think they're experiencing that shell shock that happens, you know, when you step on the field for the first time and realize the Ascenders really are that fast at every position.
Now man in motion, Waller, pressure coming. He gets out of trouble for a little bit, but then it comes back in the form of Nathaniel Owusu Boateng, and the Ascenders defense goes 3 and out.
Well, Waller evaded trouble with his feet, but not able to keep his eyes downfield as he does so. And so as the Ascenders start to close from in front of him, he's really helpless because he knows that pressure is coming from behind. And you can see here, watch his eyes. Once he bails out here, his head never gets all the way back up until right at the end. By that point, he knows he's done.
And the punt turns into poison. It takes a War Eagle roll down to the IMG 45-yard line. So we will see the Ascender offense on for their second play. They're up 7-0 with 9:43 remaining in the first quarter. You're watching IMG Academy football. Welcome back. 1st and 10, Jaden Bradford back in shotgun from the IMG 45. This hand to Jarrett Gibson running left side, looking for space into War Eagle territory, and then finally brought down out of bounds inside the 45 down to about the 43.
Well, it's not a 61-yard touchdown, but a very productive first play of this second drive for IMG Academy.
And they will spot it at the 42, so 13 yards for Jarrett Gibson, the Texas Longhorn commit. Now Bradford drops on his blind side, and down he goes.
Bradford caught off guard. He was, that's the complete opposite type of sack from what we saw a moment ago for Gray. Bradford keeps his eyes downfield, but there's a free man coming around the edge.
And that was Michael Boulware. So Bradford will come out on 2nd and long. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Now takes the snap, the handoff. Gibson bounces left side. He's got space back into War Eagle territory and still on his feet, fighting for the 30-yard line. He gets the first down and probably a few inches more, but Jarrett Gibson gets it all right back.
Well, that time, once he got to the edge and was met with no resistance, he was able to accelerate rapidly. At that point, getting a hold of him at full speed, a tough task. Finally, someone was able to catch him by the ankle and hold him up for a moment.
The 31-yard line. Bradford sends a man in motion. Play action. Bradford looking downfield. Has a man. It is tipped and almost caught. Trying to get there was Jeray Hawkins, and it was tipped.
Well, that looked like it was going to be an interception, and then the tip came right to Hawkins, and if he'd been able to gather it, would have had another walk-in touchdown in the opening 4 minutes of the game.
Now they fire quick to Hawkins, who catches it but falls to his knees and will get the completion and bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Ascenders.
After the first play, I wasn't sure we'd see a 3rd down quite this early. Big play for Gray, trying to stand up on D and hold the Ascenders to a field goal try.
Adonis Moisey and Jonathan Eccles to the near side. Hawkins and Alubade out wide to Bradford's left. Hawkins in motion. The handoff, Jarrett Gibson, left side, bounces, still on his feet somehow, and then finally brought down. But not after shedding a couple of tackles. And it's not going to be enough for the first down, so it's going to be 4th and 3, and would not be surprised if we saw Coach Miller go for it here.
Yeah, choice between going for it or the long field goal try. It looks like the Ascenders inclined to keep the offense out there. Gray did a nice job rallying to the ball that time. Gibson able to bounce off a couple tacklers, but those white jerseys just kept coming.
2 receivers to each side. Bradford takes the snap. Has a man open. It is caught. It is Eccles. It is into the end zone. Touchdown. Jonathan Eccles, the future Tennessee Volunteer, doubles the Ascender lead just about. It's 13-0 with the point after pending.
Well, improvement from the first drive for Gray that time, but IMG, so many weapons, and you see Eccles, he's big, but gets those long strides churning, and you know, again, once he's got that crease, nobody running him down.
Now the snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. With just about 6.5 remaining in the first quarter, IMG clicking on all cylinders. 14-0 over the War Eagles. You're watching IMG Academy football.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail.
Back 14-0. Patrick Kane sending this one into the end zone. It will be a touchback. And 1st and 10 for Gray Collegiate. They will try again. Last week against Pine Forest, IMG going up 21-0 really quickly in the first quarter. Gray Collegiate going to try to stay on the field with their offense for more than 3 plays.
And it looks like we have a timeout, which is kind of peculiar to see coming right off of a kickoff.
And it looks like it will be for the water break. Gatorade, for athletes who move the game forward. We're creating the fuel to get you there. Tested in the lab, proven on the field. Gatorade Thirst Quencher, the proven sports fuel. I know, Nate, normally they have these hydration breaks when the temperature is up in the 80s and 90s, but a very brisk 77 here in Bradenton right now.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop. Hydration break tonight.
Oh, the Ascender defense, again anchored Jaden Jackson, Jimothy Lewis. Also Alex McPherson up just ready. And I believe that stoppage was because there was sound coming from the video board, so we'll start again with John Tyler Waller. He'll take the snap, pressure coming, looking for the deep ball, and a flag coming in about the 35-yard line in the neighborhood of what would be a defensive hold or pass interference. That'd be against Ellis Robinson, the 4th.
If that's defensive pass interference, that is really a horrible call. That pass landed in the bench. There was no way it was catchable under any circumstances. That's exactly what we're seeing called here.
So the first positive play for Gray Collegiate is at the hands of an IMG defensive penalty. So 1st and 10 from their 35. Waller has all the pressure coming, and this one sailing over the head of Zy Offord again. Jordan Johnson Rebel in coverage.
Waller's just flinging it out there.
And Jordan Johnson-Rebel also committed to play with his teammate Jarrett Gibson at Texas next year. 2nd and 10. Almost jumping off sides, and Gray Collegiate will adjust at the line. 2 receivers to each side for Waller, a man in motion. Drops, fires across the middle. It is caught. The open receiver still on his feet is Jamarius Lockett, and he will get into Ascender territory.
Protection held up for Gray that time long enough. Lockett just found a spot where he was open and sat down there and gave Waller the opportunity to find him.
So 1st and 10 for Gray Collegiate, their first time in Ascender territory. And their first drive going 3 and out. And IMG just 2 quick strikes to put them up 14-0. Halfway done with the first quarter. Trips bunched out to the left for Waller. Takes the snap. Coming across the edge. Jackson's got him in his hands, and down he goes.
Waller tried to step up in the pocket to evade the pressure enveloping him. Let's see where it breaks down here. It comes from the interior. So the edges of the O-line held up, but then the interior buckled and collapsed.
2nd and 12. Ball at the Ascender 48. Waller takes the snap. Delayed handoff goes up the middle and stopped in the backfield yet again. B.J. Montgomery trying to find some space. The IMG defense just too strong.
A good thought with how aggressively IMG came on first down. Thought there being that maybe the defensive line overrushes the play. You slip that inside handoff in for a late draw. Defensive tackles really stayed home. Linebackers stepped up as well. There were still 5 men hovering around the line of scrimmage.
Now the snap. Waller slips in the backfield trying to evade pressure and takes himself down, and now a 4th and long situation. It'll bring the punter, William Rowe, on the field.
Well, Waller clearly not comfortable dancing around back there.
Snap gets back, pressure coming, and David Stone almost blocking it. And this will bounce and stop about the 21-yard line. 3:54 remaining.
The Ascenders will have it there. 1st and 10, IMG.
So the Ascender offense so far 2 for 2. Started with a 61-yard Jeray Hawkins touchdown, and then Jonathan Eccles a 24-yard touchdown receptions. Even last week, Nate, we saw the youngster Jaden Wade come in, and his first pass, a 46-yard touchdown completion. So expect to maybe see some of the young future of IMG football later in this game. Right now, it's that Jaden Bradford in at quarterback. And now into space. Gibson cutting back into Gray Collegiate territory. Just one to beat, and finally brought down from behind, but not until he gets a huge chunk of yardage.
Well, Ryland Cunningham, one of the captains, getting up there to catch Gibson from behind. But you watch, there's a cut left followed by a cut right. And so here's to the left, right, back to the left, and gone. And just that brief moment having to hold up behind the block is all that kept him from going to the house.
51 yards for Jarrett Gibson on the play. And it's big plays all over for the Ascenders. Now 1st and 10, ball at the 28-yard line of Gray Collegiate. Bradford takes the snap, has time, fires across the middle, almost picked off. That one intended for Adonis Moisey, and incomplete.
Moisey had a couple steps, and then the throw drifted on Bradford out of his hand. It looked like he had him, and next thing you know, that ball just dies at the 5.
2nd and 10. We'll see if they go back to the air. Bradford takes the snap. The hand is to Gibson. Tries to cut upfield, loses his footing, and goes down right about the line of scrimmage.
Gibson on the carry.
Rare instance where Gibson's field vision betrayed him is he had a lot of space to bounce that outside. Tried to cut it up like he had on the previous run. Gray was able to plug the holes.
Now an empty backfield for Jaden Bradford. Gibson will split out into the slot on the near side. He goes in motion. Back on the left hip of Bradford. Now the snap. Firing across the middle has Eccles, who's able to break one tackle to the 10, 5, and in for his 2nd touchdown.
First pass complete for a touchdown.
Jonathan Eccles making a miss and just dominating his way down the field. And IMG up 20-0.
Well, it looks like the DB was right on him when he caught it. Next thing you know, he gives a little hip bump, I think we're going to see here. Yeah, just a little twist toward his right shoulder leaning and then bolted back left.
And you see, just even though he's got the size, he had that extra gear that he just turned onto and cut to the corner of the end zone. The snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
There's going to be a flag against Gray on this. Somebody launching over the top.
We will step aside. Ascenders up 3, 21-0, 2:15 to go in the first quarter. You're watching IMG Academy football. Welcome back. And there was a personal foul penalty that was occurred on the point after, so Patrick Kane is going to have an opportunity to put this through the uprights on the kickoff, which I would fully expect to see him try. Kane off the tee. Boots this high and deep. And looks like it may have gone just wide right, Nate.
Yeah, I think it slipped just outside the upright. But it certainly had the distance.
Yeah, in this game, a late add to the schedule within the last 10 days. IMG's national team did not want to have, again, a week where they are inactive. Just, again, less than a month away from the highlighted game against St. Francis Academy. That will be right here at IMG Academy Stadium. St. Francis, one of only 2 teams to beat IMG on this field. Again, they go up the middle.
Montgomery on the carry. He is met the
and
backfield.
Nowhere to go. Bring up 2nd down.
Stone was the first to greet him.
I really appreciate St. Francis being an opponent that always is willing to take on that challenge year after year. And it's been a fun rivalry that's emerged between the Ascenders and St. Francis.
And don't be fooled by their, again, 3-5 record, as their losses are to some of the top teams in the nation. And now a reverse trying back the other way with Zy Offord. And he will go out of bounds. IMG had that snuffed out very nicely. Again, you look at the losses for St. Francis this year. Buford, one of the top teams in Georgia. Chaminade Madonna, right now ranked the number 2 team in the nation. East St. Louis, St. John Bosco, who's currently the number 3 team in the nation. So they came for all the smoke. Also Mater Dei beating St. Francis 20-7 back on September 22nd.
It's one of the most comically difficult schedules ever assembled in high school football.
It looks like we may have had a infraction against Gray Collegiate. That'll move them back.
It's a false start penalty against Gray Collegiate. Moves the ball back to the 15-yard line. Still third down.
Jaden Jackson back on that defensive line along with Taylor Lindsay. Owusu Boateng, they've just been causing havoc in the War Eagle backfield. They try that delayed handoff again, but again trying to get going and just lost his footing diving forward is B.J. Montgomery and just can't find any speed going downfield.
No, Gray really starting to get confounded, and it does feel as if we've seen a few players, even on the IMG side, have a slip or two footing-wise. Wonder if, maybe the cool temperature contributing some slickness on the turf.
And the first year that IMG Academy has had this turf surface. And it looks like this is going to be muffed. I believe it's going to be Gray Collegiate ball.
I didn't think an IMG player actually touched it.
Rose punt is down at the IMG 45-yard line.
I heard a couple, I heard our crowd mic pick up a couple people saying, oh, he touched it. Let's see if maybe we can see on the replay. Here's the bounce. And it came very, very close to going off Kasani Giles. But it is the Ascender offense from the 49-yard line. And cutting back into space, Anthony Rogers. If you don't have the Texas commit, how about the number 39 player in the ESPN junior class committed to go to Alabama? Join the likes of former IMG quarterbacks or running backs in Bo Scarborough, who was IMG Academy's first NFL draft pick, and then Trey Sanders, currently with, I believe, the TCU Horned Frogs.
I've had a lot of fun the last couple of years getting to see Bo Scarborough play in some Birmingham Stallions games. Also, two-time champions of the USFL, now I guess potentially defunct again, USFL, as it prepares to merge with the XFL.
So 1st and 20 after the hold against the Ascenders. They'll send a man in motion, then to tight end Brady Carell. Now Bradford looking deep downfield. It is caught. Adonis Moisey gets the first down, so all 20 yards plus two more.
To Adonis Moisey.
Best throw of the night by Bradford, slipping it between two defenders. There's double coverage there. You see he gets it up over the leaping man in front and drops it in with about 2 yards of clearance.
23-yard pass play from Bradford to Moisey.
Put it where only his receiver could get it.
23 yards for Adonis Moisey. Bradford takes the snap. Handing off. Rogers has space. 25, 20, 15. Turns on the Jets. 5. Touchdown. Anthony Rogers from 30 yards out. And the Ascenders running away with it literally.
Rogers, you see the acceleration on this drive that he has. Put his foot in the ground, and it's another one of those ones where it looked for a moment there like there might be a guy with an angle to get him, and it became about 2 strides later evident that that angle wasn't going to overcome the speed.
Just took his time, found the vision downfield, and you see just nobody with enough cleats to catch him. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up. And with under 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter, IMG 28 and Gray Collegiate 0. You're watching IMG Academy football. Welcome back. Kane sends this one deep. We're going to have an opportunity for a return. And into space. Trying to get away, and a great special teams play. A flag coming down at the 25-yard line.
There is a flag apparently that came in.
This will probably be in the neighborhood of a block in the back.
For IMG.
I think that's exactly what it's going to be.
So the nice return will get negated.
This is an illegal block penalty against Gray.
Again, just about 10 seconds remain here in the first quarter.
For obvious reasons, you don't typically see a block in the back on a kickoff in that part of the field.
IMG varsity white will be in action at Lake Highland Prep tomorrow night. Stay tuned to the IMG Academy social media channels for broadcast information, as they will head to the former school of former IMG colorman Josh Phillips, now the head coach at Sarasota High School, who varsity white will take on in just a couple of weeks. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Final play of the first quarter, probably. Waller takes the snap, looking deep towards the sideline. It'll be incomplete.
Waller's pass
there in coverage was Alex Graham.
Defended on the play by Alex Graham, the second down.
I don't know what it says that Waller's only real successful throw of the night has been working across the middle, but his passes have really been consistently toward that sideline where he doesn't seem to have the touch to direct it to an outbreaking route there.
And again, when you've got Jimothy Lewis and Jaden Jackson bearing down on you every play, who can blame them? And 6 seconds remain, and Great Collegiate going to take a timeout. We will take it with them. IMG 28, Great Collegiate 0. You're watching Ascender Football. Under Armour is proud to outfit IMG Academy football in the world's most innovative footwear, uniforms, and training gear. Visit UA.com today to see Under Armour's full range of performance apparel. 2nd and 10. Waller looking downfield, and all he finds are the arms of Jaden Jackson for another sack.
11-yard line. Jaden Jackson with the sack for IMG.
And with that sack, we will come to the end of the first quarter. IMG up 4 scores, leading handily 28-0 over the Great Collegiate War Eagles. We'll swap sides and do it for another 12 minutes. Leading into halftime, you are watching IMG Academy Football. Welcome back. Beginning of the second quarter. My name is Ryan Sudol, Nate March alongside. And we have got, again, a statement from a team that knows that they have to put up points if they want to impress the likes of Max Preps and other high school football ranking outlets. Feel sorry for whoever is in their path going forward. Now Waller, 3rd and long, takes the snap. Looking downfield, pressure coming. He's able to step up in the pocket, and he's got space. And Waller brought down finally from behind. It was Zechariah Fort that chased him down. And on 3rd and long, though, Waller making it happen with his legs, somehow got out of the grasp of Jaden Jackson, but not fast enough for Zechariah Fort.
And look at this tricky move. Offense lingered on the field, and now a fire drill into the punt unit.
The IMG offense, and they're going to fake it. And a wide open player chasing him down is going to be Alubade. And he might not catch him. Into the end zone. Fake punt touchdown.
Zai offered with the reception on the fake punt. And
okay, now.
Touchdown.
That was crafty. I was starting to think, what is the point of a fake punt fire drill play? But yeah, if you've got that fake drawn up, okay.
And the throw, a wide open offered, and Alubade just did not see that quick enough to bear a better angle. And offered into the end zone for a big touchdown on 4th down. I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Gonzalez for the extra point attempt.
Junior Gonzalez on for the point after. Snap back, the hold is down, the kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 11 minutes and change, Great Collegiate finally gets onto the board. 28-7, IMG still up, and their high-powered offense coming back onto the field shortly. You're watching Ascender Football. Therabody is proud to be an official recovery partner of IMG Academy. Therabody offers an ecosystem of percussive therapy, pneumatic compression products, and solutions that help our student athletes perform better, recover faster, and manage pain. Back to return for the Ascenders, Alton Marks Jr. and Alex Graham. After a very impressive 4th down conversion on the fake punt. And they're going to try a little sheepish kick again, and Jeray Hawkins comes up with it. I don't know if it's the wisest thing possible trying to give IMG a short field.
Gray with a short kick. IMG falls on it. The Ascenders will have it first.
Not that IMG really ever needs them, and I don't know to what extent because of that they've worked on any, but might be fun to watch them trade a trick play here and say, hey, we got one of those of our own at some point in this game.
Of course, IMG not necessarily needing the trickeration, as they are just a master class in high school football. Carell in motion. Bradford takes the snap. They're going to go back to the air. Bradford's going to stay on his feet looking for Alubade, who was trying to get some space and then finally brought down out of bounds. Bradford still able to get positive yards for IMG.
Yeah, the downfield routes were all across the field, and Bradford, good decision not to try and test his arm out by throwing back against the grain. That's how mistakes happen. Got positive yardage out of it, showed off his athleticism, keeps the play alive for a while before making that choice.
2nd and 3. Trips bunched to the left of Jaden Bradford. And he's going to keep it himself. He's got some space and then slides down at the 50-yard line and gets the first down.
That time more intention behind the run from Bradford than on the previous one, but all of the same athleticism in evidence.
1st and 10, ball on the edge of Gray Collegiate territory, the 50-yard line. Eccles and Hawkins out to the right. Anthony Rogers on the right hip of quarterback Jaden Bradford. Carell back in motion. Now takes the snap, play action. Bradford looking deep, pressure coming, and he's going to have to take the sack.
Bradford is sacked in the backfield at the 43-yard line.
Mo Singleton
with the sack.
getting all up in Jaden Bradford's grill.
Well spotted at the
Bradford did not have time to pull the trigger on that play.
44, second down.
That's the second time Gray has rushed 6, left all of her DBs on islands.
A loss of 6
But that's the only way they've been able to get home.
So back to the Ascender 44-yard line. Now the snap. Bradford has time. And Alubade at the 50. Cuts back at the 40, still on his feet, and then brought down at the 31. Donovan Alubade.
Tackled by Lamoris Holly. 1st and 10 for
Well, we've said it a lot over the years, Ryan, that sometimes you back IMG up and it just puts more pressure on your defense, having that much more space to get stretched out covering some of these routes.
25 yards for Alubade, and Jaden Bradford's got to be nearing 200 already on the night. Now Gibson on the left hip, Rogers on the right. Bradford shotgun snap. They'll hand to Rogers. Nope, Bradford keeps it himself, and this one just to the left, a little off target. I believe that was intended for Eccles.
Eccles didn't seem to realize it was intended for him, though, so miscommunication of some type on the execution of that play.
9 minutes remaining in the half. Again, if the Ascenders were to score twice before Gray Collegiate could get back on the board, that would have the FHSAA mandated running clock in the second half. Which, again, the entire second half last week against Pine Forest was in effect. Now Rogers gets his helmet taken off, and he is still on his feet. So after the face mask is ripped completely off, somehow Rogers keeps forward.
The officials need to get a little more aggressive, realizing what's going on there and blow that thing dead. As you see, he certainly didn't hesitate to keep barreling forward and also lowering his head in there. Clear face mask. And then just keeps plowing ahead.
There might be a flag on this. I'm not entirely sure. This is a face mask penalty.
It was a face mask, as we saw very, very clearly.
Yeah, it's not often a helmet just pops off of its own accord in the middle of the action like that.
And you know Anthony Rogers was thinking, man, if I score on this play, it's going to look very, very cool. So Ascenders closer now into the red zone, down to the 13. So 1st and 10 from the Gray 13-yard line. We'll see who's going to tack on another one here in the next play or two. Gibson in the backfield with Bradford. Takes the snap, looking into the end zone, and it is caught. Donovan Alubade, touchdown.
I thought that was going to be high, but Alubade reaches up, snares it. Doesn't even have to elevate for it. It just turned out to be a perfect pass into that back left corner of the end zone.
Now the 4th different Ascender getting into the end zone. Here you see Bradford just setting it up, and Donovan Alubade touching the toes inbounds. Again, that Jaden Bradford stat line looking mighty healthy tonight. Point after is good. IMG 35, Gray Collegiate 7. You are watching IMG Academy football. Welcome back. Update from the IMG Varsity Blue game. They're down at the Community School of Naples. They trail 3-0 to the Seahawks. Now this one put down on the 5 and able to evade some tackles, and then finally brought down. Gavin Nix, I believe, with the wrap-up.
Lockett on the return. He crosses the 15-yard line.
Lockett seemed initially to think that that was going to be whistled dead for a touchback. Realized that he had actually muffed the ball inside the 1, and it bounced forward. So he had to pick it up, make the best of it. Lucky just to get out to where he did, to the 16.
Well, IMG now going to be on alert after the previous fake punt that turned into a touchdown. Now a different quarterback in for Gray Collegiate. I believe this is number 8, Dre Dobson, 6'2" sophomore, and he looks poised to run, but doesn't get far.
Dre Dobson, the new quarterback on the keeper. He's hitting the backfield.
I believe that was Taylor Lindsay in on the tackle.
All in on the stop for IMG. The ball at the 15-yard line. A loss of a couple, second down.
And Waller again took most of the first quarter, so now they've got Dre Dobson, the sophomore, in. We'll see if he can get any throws off in positive yardage, and this one across the middle, no good. Even if it was caught, Zachariah Fort would have been there to shut down the play immediately.
You can see the nose of the football come down as it left the hand. And that was going to be a low throw all the way. Not going to be easy to bring in.
The 3rd and 11. Gray Collegiate going to be hoping not to go 3 and out yet again. War Eagles, empty backfield. Pressure coming, and David Stone says no. Jaden Jackson, David Stone, all there. Also saw number 99, Taylor Lindsay, getting on that outside edge. That are 3 large bodies that you cannot leave unguarded. Dylan Worthen also in on the action. And now the Ascenders, this time they will actually punt this one end over end. It's going to give Ellis Robinson an opportunity to return it. Looking for space, he's pushed out around the 30-yard line.
Robinson pushed out of bounds.
And 7:02 remaining in the half. IMG looking to get to that 35-point threshold.
I would expect they'll be there in probably 4 plays or less.
IMG will be spotted down, I believe.
IMG will have it 1st and 10 at the Gray 29-yard line.
We'll put it at the 29 for Gray Collegiate. You can hear a bit of a brisk wind. If you look at the American flag, it's actually blowing right into the face of the IMG Ascenders at a pretty heavy clip right now. And the new quarterback in is Jaden Wade, the 8th grader. And his first completion is a good one. Last week, his first pass of the game was a 46-yard touchdown pass.
Brought down by Boulware and
Hawkins seemed to have a little trouble getting his footing that time to make the turn.
Pick up of 1 and 2nd and 9.
Wound up retreating a couple yards to try to right himself, and thus only wound up picking up 1.
From the Gray 28, I believe that's Isaac Schimpfin, and there's going to be a penalty flag.
Flag on the play.
And that'll move IMG back 5 yards.
Not so much a false start as a failure to start for the Ascenders offense that time.
IMG.
2nd and 14, still very manageable for this IMG offense. Schimpf will be on the right hip of Jaden Wade. Got 2 receivers left. He'll hand off to Schimpf. Schimpf cuts upfield at the 30 and still on his feet, dragging defenders, gets the first down.
Big, strong run. Schimpf pulling a defender with him across the first down line. Water break.
So 1st and 10 when we get back from this hydration break. 6:08 remaining in the half. You're watching IMG Academy football.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
IMG breaks the huddle. Again, 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the, I believe it's the 18-yard line of Gray Collegiate. Wade with an empty backfield. Takes the snap. Looking left, fires across the middle. Olubade almost with the one-handed snag. Goes incomplete.
It was there for him. He took his eye off it. It was going to be a hard enough catch as it was, and I think if you take a closer look at that, you're going to see his head start to look out toward the far side of the field to see if he had an alley to go once he hauled it in. Couldn't finish the reel in.
Olubade to the near side. Jeray Hawkins in the slot to the right. Carell in motion. Now the snap. Hand off to Schimpf, and he slips on the turf trying to cut up field.
Schimpf with the carry. He slipped at the 20. This will bring up a 3rd down.
Isaac Schimpf had that nice power run to keep this drive moving a few plays ago there, just looking for space upfield, and the turf gets beneath him. I'll move the Ascenders back to the Gray 20.
Might be 2-down territory.
Now the snap. Wade has time, fires across the middle, and that might be the first time we've seen a pass completed to the quarterback.
And he's down at about the 30-yard line.
It was deflected in the air, and Jaden Wade with another pass completion and a reception.
That's one of those instinctive plays. You're almost always as the quarterback better off not catching your own pass.
He gets taken down, loses his helmet, so he'll have to take a play off. And I'm guessing IMG going to let the play clock run down and then call a timeout.
Gonna have to now.
And that is, in fact, what head coach Billy Miller will do. Michael Saunders and Company, founded in 1976, is the Gulf Coast leading residential real estate company and is proud to be the official real estate and relocation services sponsor of IMG Academy. Providing a full-service real estate experience, our team of professionals will guide you through the intricacies of buying and selling a home, as well as providing a deep knowledge of the area and the many great places to live. For more information, visit michaelsaunders.com. So as they talk over things in the huddle, it'll be 4th down when they get back. And we'll either see Jaden Bradford on the field for one play, possibly Dominic Mazzoni Jr. And it will be Bradford back on with Schimpf in the backfield with him. So we've already seen one 4th down conversion today, Nate. It was the very long fake punt touchdown from Gray Collegiate. IMG going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the snap. Bradford looking deep. And that one almost intercepted, deflected, and a turnover on downs.
Well, now if you're Gray, hate to jump into talking about moral victories, but there is a path now to having a chance to get to the second half without the running clock.
Bradford all the time in the world. Nice pocket, steps up, and then just knocked out of the air. Heads up play by Michael Boulware, who has been the defensive workhorse for Gray Collegiate.
That's a couple times that there's been a man underneath able to disrupt what looked like a well-intentioned pass across the middle.
Now the handoff running left side, that is Caleb Ford. And again, I think if you're the War Eagles right now, you're just would love to get 7 more points on the board, but again, with IMG's defense on the field, you'd be happy to go into halftime knowing you get the ball back. Again, still just down 4 scores, but again, getting a turnover on downs, not necessarily the easiest thing to do against one of the most high-powered offenses in the nation. Now the snap. This one fires across, and you can see Taylor Lindsay shaking his head in his hands. He had an opportunity to possibly scoop that out of the air, and he would have been gone for a pick 6.
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't really addressed the idea also that IMG's defense has yet to score tonight, but that's always a possibility with the Ascenders as well.
3rd and 9. And looks like a timeout going to be taken, and we will take it with them with time winding down. Got about 3.5 minutes remaining in the half. You are watching IMG Academy football. Third and 9 as we get back out of the timeout. Gray Collegiate looking to keep this drive alive. And the quarterback still Dre Dobson. 2 receivers to each side. Dobson takes the snap. They go back to the delayed handoff, but going nowhere. Will bring out the punting unit for the War Eagles on 4th down.
Ascenders defense continues to be stout. Just not really letting Gray at any point tonight string together much. I believe the only drive in which Gray had multiple first downs was the one with the questionable DPI penalty followed by the pass play.
Alton Marks Jr. back and again almost blocked Lindsay all the way in the backfield. Marks almost loses it, and he's going to be brought down. Great special teams coverage by the War Eagles. But a great job by Alton Marks Jr. to hold on to that as he almost coughed it up.
He's tackled back at the 27-yard line. IMG will have
that had a chance to be a disaster. Didn't look like he had the best grasp on it to begin with, and then started moving backwards.
So 1st and 10, they'll spot the ball at the 27 of IMG Academy. Jaden Wade will lead the troops back into action. Rogers in the backfield with him. One man in motion. They take the snap, take the jet sweep. Rogers has space. He's able to spin, still on his feet, and brought down at the 46-yard line. A beautiful run from Anthony Rogers.
Rogers showed a bunch of nice moves on that run, but a flag appears to be positioned where it will come back.
And it is, in fact, against the Ascenders.
Now, looked so like this hold may have come on the outside as Rogers had burst into open space. So probably not a 1st and 20. No, it's only going to be a 1st and 12.
So they'll move the ball back to the 25 of IMG as we're just under 3 minutes remaining. Wade takes the snap, looks downfield, firing a deep ball, a wide open Jeray Hawkins just over his head. Nobody within 20 yards of number 10. And Wade just a little too much.
I don't know where that went wrong exactly. Let's see. Finds his man, unleashes a pretty throw. Might have looked over his wrong shoulder the first time. Just found it too late.
So 2nd and 12. Great Collegiate bringing pressure. They hand off to Rogers, who's into space. And now into War Eagle territory to the 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Anthony Rogers for 75 yards, but there's a flag.
Rogers has had the worst luck of some of these runs where he does a lot of work just to get it called back.
There's a flag on the play. This is a holding penalty.
So the 75-yard touchdown wiped off. I would anticipate Rogers may be getting a breather on this next play after leaving the War Eagles in the dust.
I was going to say, not much more frustrating than that. You sprint 75 yards and then find out it was for naught.
And again, just a couple years ago, we saw Lavoisier Carroll, after a giant run was called back, come back and do it again the next play for 90 yards. So, again, anyone on this IMG team is capable of breaking a big play at any time. It'll be Schimpf in the backfield. Still 2nd and 12. Takes the snap. Now the hand is to Schimpf. Tries to shuffle, works his way forward.
Schimpf on the carry, gets out to about the 25.
That was about 2nd and 14. Now it'll be 3rd and 11. Again, after that, back-to-back holding penalties on the Ascenders.
Spotted just outside the 25-yard line.
And under 2 minutes remaining in the half, IMG would love to put a little exclamation point on this drive. Now the snap. Wade fires, has Alubade still on his feet, and then brought down.
Looks like he'll be a little short.
32-yard line. Williams and Boulware.
So 4th and 5 for the Ascenders. It looks like the offense staying out on the field.
4th down from the 33.
Coach Miller doesn't want to just give them the ball back. They'll actually have it at 4th and 4. Ball at the Ascender 33-yard line.
I wonder if this is just a ploy to try to draw him off. Ascenders coach that hard count hard.
And they did jump. And a timeout going to be taken by IMG. We'll take it with them. A minute 28 remaining in the first half, and IMG up 35-7. You're watching IMG Academy football.
Every day, we rise.
What organelle builds protein?
As students. As competitors. As leaders.
It takes 7 days for food to
But most importantly, as people. People from all over the world who arrive wide-eyed and graduate wise beyond our years. Having made lifelong relationships with teachers, coaches, and each other. All while becoming someone that our own families may not recognize.
As we break the huddle.
The best version of ourselves.
4th down, and it looks like the punting unit will come out for IMG, something that we don't really see all that often. And it gets back, and maybe an unintentional fake. And it's going to be a targeting penalty, helmet to helmet on Joe Collins. And even though he didn't get the line to gain, I think they're going to call the helmet to helmet contact, and the IMG offense is going to be back on the field.
Of all the weird sequences.
And it looks like the coaches are calling the offense back off the bench.
I mean, the penalty was clearly in the flow of the play there. The officials, I don't know what they're talking about. This isn't a situation where you would say count the play but then add it on.
And I think you just heard the Gray Collegiate head coach say there's no targeting in high school.
This is a personal foul penalty against Gray Collegiate.
And now it looks like Gray Collegiate angrily calling a timeout. We'll keep it here.
And Gray Collegiate with a timeout.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Ascenders, and I think that's, rather than get his troops rallied, I think he called the timeout more to have a little more of a discussion with the white hat on the far side.
There's a 50-50 chance that there's 15 more yards coming before this timeout's over.
Again, yeah, on the cusp of getting the turnover on downs in a short field and an opportunity to possibly bring it back to a 3-score game. And again, just the lapse in judgment by the War Eagle defender. So 1st and 10 from the 45 of IMG. Still time for them to get into the end zone. 55 yards out. Wade takes the snap. He's going to go back to the air, looking for the deep ball. Great spiral on this, looking for Olubade. It was intercepted, but caught out of bounds, incomplete.
Is, ruled incomplete. It was actually caught out of bounds by the defender.
You saw that ball, though, a nice spiral from Jaden Wade going deep downfield.
Ball's coming out of his hand, nice. Would like to see one of them pay off for him.
2nd and 10. Wade with the snap, the handoff to Schimpf, who's got space into War Eagle territory. Lowers his head, gets the first down, and puts the hit stick down.
Senders need to move.
Under a minute to go. 3 receivers right. Wade drops. Fires, it is caught. And Olubade moves the chains. Another catch for Donovan Olubade.
That's some perfect 2-minute drill execution. Hit the receiver. Just a step and a half to go to get out of bounds.
IMG 30 yards away. 2 receivers to each side. Now the snap, the handoff to Schimpf. Dragging defenders, he falls forward, and
Up the middle for a couple.
IMG going to have to reset very quickly.
Singleton and Taylor in on the stop for.
I'll give him credit for about 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Wade with time. Steps up, throws toward the sideline. Caught is Adonis Moisey, and still on his feet. Up to the 10, trying to shake him, and then finally gets out of bounds about the 6-yard line.
Almost a big mistake by Moises on that play, as he was very nearly brought down in bounds. Wound up, though, after surviving the tackle attempt, getting more yards and getting out.
A 21-yard pass play.
Olubade, the lone target, to the near side. Jere Hawkins and Adonis Moisey to the right of Jaden Wade. Now the snap. Schimpf trying to find some space. Brought down in the end zone, just shy. They're going to spot him at the 1. It looked like he may have fallen forward and broken the plane, but just shy, and IMG will take a timeout. They've got to score here.
I thought he was on top of the defender still and was able to get the ball in.
Yeah, and as we see it on the replay on the video board, just inches shy, and then an opportunity. We'll take a look. Schimpf with space, and again, just legs continue to drive forward, and he did come up just short, and you saw the little ball slam. And the previous play, again, Wade with a nice throw, gets it to Adonis Moisey, still able to stay on his feet. He wanted to get into the end zone as well. And now Wade takes the snap. Pressure coming. Wade's going to keep it himself, and he's into the end zone for the rushing touchdown. Jaden Wade, all the way from 8th grade. But there is a flag, and it's against IMG.
There's a flag on the play. This is a holding penalty against IMG.
Uncharacteristically sloppy first half in the penalty department for the Ascenders. That's their 5th holding penalty, I believe. Maybe only the 4th.
So it will be Joe Collins on to try the chip shot after the penalty.
This will be spotted at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, we've already seen one trick play from Gray Collegiate. Wouldn't necessarily put it past the Ascenders to try to wheel out a fake field goal here. .28-yard attempt. The snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So to end the first half, it'll be IMG 38. Gray Collegiate 7. We'll step aside for about 20 minutes and have some highlights for you when we return. Again, Ascenders 38, Gray Collegiate 7. You're watching IMG Academy Football. Welcome back. IMG 38. Great Collegiate 7. We'll go over some of the first half highlights. Again, it started early with this Jeray Hawkins 61-yard touchdown catch. And that would get it started. We'd also see 2 touchdowns from Jonathan Eccles. Here you see him just muscle his way into the end zone. That would make it 14-0. And IMG just again continued to roll. And then you see what the defense has been doing all day as well. Jaden Jackson, David Stone, everybody just absolutely flustering Gray Collegiate. And this was the other Eccles touchdown, is again finding another gear, making it 21-0. You then have a nice Anthony Rogers touchdown, but then the fake fooling everybody. The pass to Zy Offord would be the only score for Gray Collegiate. That would make it 28-7, but then IMG Academy would continue to do what they've done, and Donovan Alubade with the toe touch and score. That makes it 35-7, and then again, Anthony Rogers had a 75-yard scamper that was called back because of a penalty, which was unfortunate, and IMG settles for 3 at the end of the half. 38-7, Nate. It's just been an absolutely dominating performance so far.
Yeah, it's been the sort of dominating performance where at times actively it has felt like IMG has sort of taken their foot off the pedal already. The 4 or 5 holding penalties, 2 of which took touchdowns off the board. And this is the sort of game IMG could easily be up about 45.
That will be their hope. This one fielded at the 1, an opportunity for a return, or so they thought. Caden Wicks absolutely just darting to the ball and shutting down the return. A long field ahead for Gray Collegiate.
Gray Collegiate only strung together multiple first downs once during the first half. The defense for IMG has been up to the task for everything other than that ridiculously gutsy 4th down fake punt touchdown.
First and 10, ball at their own 15-yard line. Looks like Waller back in at quarterback and back down to the ground. A sack loss of 5. David Stone.
A penalty down.
Yeah, and we talk about the players. Ellis Robinson, the defensive back, currently the number 1 ranked player on that ESPN 300. David Stone not too far behind at number 6, committed to play with Oklahoma next year. And you see that explosive step from Stone.
This is a face mask penalty against IMG.
And Stoney, in taking him down, will also get whistled for the face mask.
That's a heck of a welcome back into the game for Waller. You are not only being sacked, but your head is going to get twisted around in knots.
So a 10-yard face mask penalty will get the ball up to the 20. It's still first down, 1st and 5. Now the snap, throwing across the middle. This one is intercepted by IMG. Trying to get into the end zone to score, jumps up and in. Touchdown, Jordan Johnson-Rebel. And the pick 6 starts the running clock.
I said a defensive score might be the trick to finally getting that done, and sure enough, initially on the interception, didn't think that he was going to have the ability to take it all the way back like that, but a convoy formed in a hurry in front of him.
We'll take a look here. Again, Waller just has not had any time all day, and Jordan Johnson-Rebel, the Texas commit, is able to jump into the end zone and score. Now on for the point after. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. So with 10.5 minutes and counting, the FHSAA mandated running clock goes into effect. IMG Academy 45, Gray Collegiate 7. This is Ascender football. Welcome back. IMG going up by 38 now. This will be Patrick Kane on to boot this one off. And as we mentioned, that running clock will definitely get you guys out of here on a Thursday evening, let you get to your Thursday night football watching. This one sent deep and out for a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. And Gray Collegiate right now, the only real positive play they had, the fake punt coming on special teams. The offense has had some time to march down the field, but as we saw in that last drive, Waller just giving it up to Johnson Rebel, and the IMG offense stays off the field, but still gets 6 more points.
Well, the Ascenders defense have created the pressure consistently. And remember, Waller had been avoiding the middle of the field much of the first half, all those throws out to the perimeter.
Now Waller, again, that delayed handoff. Gets some legs on this one, but stood up and taken down as B.J. Montgomery.
On the carry. Brought down by Kasani Giles.
Bring up 2nd and 2.
Montgomery gets out to the 28-yard line, 2nd and 2.
Looks like Carmelo McKenzie and Elijah Golden checking in on that right side of the defensive line and doing their job. That ball gets up. There is a flag on the far side of the field in the neighborhood of holding.
Holding has tended to be the call of the night tonight.
Just waiting for the official signal from the white hat. Again, the clock continues to roll through these.
Oh.
And it's a personal foul against IMG. Did not see that one coming.
Takes the ball out to the 46-yard line. 1st down for Gray.
So they'll move the chains back to the Gray Collegiate 46-yard line. Waller takes the snap. Looking for the home run ball deep downfield, and it is somehow caught. Zion Job.
Waller's pass is complete to Zion Job.
And Gray Collegiate on the march trying to answer IMG's last score.
Well, that was one of the more impressive plays of the night for either side.
Ball on the edge of the red zone. It's at the Ascender 20-yard line. Again, Waller making an absolute dime of a throw. Again, he hasn't had much time to set and throw like that all day. Turns into a huge gain. 34 yards on the completion. And timeout will be called. This will be the only time the clock does stop during the running clock. 45-7 the Ascender lead. This is IMG Academy football.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that. Like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
Wear what the players wear. Go to www.shopimg.com, your official IMG Academy online retailer. 1st and 10. Gray Collegiate knocking on the door. Again, Pine Forest was able to get 2 touchdowns in garbage time last week. Now Waller with time throws across and incomplete, intended for B.J. Montgomery.
Waller's pass downfield incomplete, broken up by Caden Wicks. 2nd down.
Again, great coverage by Caden Wicks in the secondary. Again, with every play that goes by, losing another 30 or 40 seconds, regardless if it's an incomplete pass or out of bounds. So, again, Gray Collegiate would love to at least get one more score before heading back to South Carolina. Now Waller steps up, able to evade one, but not able to evade the other. Noah Francis
Waller on the keeper,
able to get the trip up for John Tyler Waller, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Whenever Waller has escaped the pocket, the pursuit has been very swift to arrive for the Ascenders.
This will bring up 3rd and 11. Waller takes the snap. Pressure coming. He's going to go for the home run ball into the end zone, and incomplete, well over the head of the intended receiver. Isaiah Offord, who is the only player for Gray Collegiate to get into the end zone tonight. That coming back in the first half on that very long fake punt turned into a touchdown. IMG has not been caught off guard since.
Gonzalez on for the field goal attempt.
This will be a 38-yard attempt from Junior Gonzalez. Snap is back, the hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. Goes just wide, so IMG will keep that 38-point lead at 45-7, 3.5 minutes to go.
A little bit surprised. I thought they might just try to throw it into the end zone there, take a shot for the touchdown, but Gonzalez clearly had the leg, and looks like we're going to have the water break stoppage for the 3rd quarter.
And they are going to stop for hydration. We'll stop with them. A little over 3 minutes to go. 45-7 the Ascender lead. You're watching IMG Academy football. First and 10 as we break the huddle. I believe this is the first time we've seen the IMG offense here in the second half, as it was the defense in Jordan Johnson Rebel who would add 6 points for IMG to put them at the 35-point threshold. So this will be 1st and 10, and probably just a few more plays here in the 3rd quarter. And believe the new quarterback, believe that is Dominic Mazzoni Jr. Handoff running right side.
It's Tyson Park on the carry. Park gets out to the 24.
And that is the
Pick up of 3, 2nd and
sophomore running back, Tyson Park. Getting some reps. Two receivers right. Mazzoni's going to go to the air. Rolls out to his left. Pocket closing. He's going to keep it himself, still on his feet, and falls forward. Gets the first down. And down to about the 37. A late flag coming in.
Weaved his way through traffic that time.
And we'll see what the white hat signals. Personal foul against Great Collegiate. So after the first down, well, it looks like might be signaling there might be offsetting penalties. So it will stay second down. And the personal foul actually ended up being on IMG.
I believe this was a dead ball personal foul against IMG.
Oh, the line judge has it as first down. It should be, I believe, second.
So I guess maybe it was a dead ball personal foul. He got the first down. Then they moved him back.
And running left side, so that was
That is Schimpf
only
on the
minorly
carry,
confusing as
pushed around by
Schimpf
Blake Croft.
runs up and gets some nice yardage for the Ascenders. And enough to move the chains.
Ball at the 31-yard line. First and
And
10.
under a minute to go in the third quarter. Mazzoni in shotgun. Takes the snap. Fake to Schimpf, and now looking deep downfield. Adonis Moisey gets his toes down, and it is caught. Wow.
Mazzoni's pass is complete down to the 37-yard line of
Well, that was tremendous awareness of where he was on the field. You can see he even took a glance back at it. I wasn't sure. I thought he was going to have a hard time keeping his heels up, but I think he made that conscious effort. Keep the heels elevated, tap the toes, get the first down.
And it looks like they'll probably just wind this game clock down. They'll head to the sideline as 10 seconds are going to tip away. And we will head to the fourth quarter. IMG on the move and up 45-7. This is IMG Academy football. Welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter here in Bradenton. Ryan Sudol right next to Nate March. And we'll be back in action next Thursday as the national team takes on Life Christian Academy out of Virginia. First and 10. Ball at the 38. Handoff to Tyson Park, trying to work his way through the line of scrimmage. He goes down.
Brought down by Bolware.
We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
34-yard line. 2nd and 7.
Again, we've seen runs from Rogers, Jared Gibson, Schimpf, and now Tyson Park, the fourth running back to get a carry today. 3 receivers left for Mazzoni. Takes the snap, has time, fires, has Alubide in space. Alubide cuts up at the 20, lowers his head, still on his feet, and down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
down by Lockett.
IMG, we wondered when they would get the score to make it a running clock. Defense wound up doing that on the first drive of the third quarter. Now it looks like the offense wants to get back in on the action.
1st and 10 from the Gray 14. Mazzoni's got some blocking help. He'll send Carell in motion. Now the snap, the handoff to Tyson Park, who's got space and wheels. Gets down to, looks like the 6 or 7.
Park to the 6-yard line.
And they're going to give Park the 6.
Croft was the first one to hit him, 2nd and 2.
And again, you want to talk about, Nate, that next man up mentality. No better show of it than the IMG offense and defense.
Now, this whole roster is ready to play any given day.
Now the snap. The handoff to Park. He is stopped in the backfield, stays on his feet, and gets into the end zone for 6. Touchdown Ascenders.
Certainly looked like Park was bottled up, but kept siding over to his left, and finally a little crack developed. He slipped right on through. And now we'll get to see it.
Yeah, it looked like he was stopped in the backfield and then hoisted up by Cashton Cleveland, who gave him some blocking help into the end zone. And it looks like the offense still on the field, although Mazzoni also does double as the holder. And they are going to keep the offense on. Hard count gets 1 to jump, no flag. Rocco Reese sliding over into the slot. Again, trying to get the hard count. IMG going to be called for a delay of game.
Not sure I've ever really seen that, even as a way to burn clock in a running clock game.
It's a delay of game penalty against IMG. Moves the ball back to the 7-yard line.
And the delay of game did temporarily, looks like they have stopped the clock. I guess in theory, IMG could just take delay of games for the next 8.5 minutes if they really wanted to with the running clock.
Well, they messed something up here because they didn't fully reset the play clock either.
So IMG will take a timeout. We will take it with them. The point after pending 51-7 Ascenders. You're watching IMG Academy football. Welcome back, and they'll keep the offense on the field. Mazzoni takes the snap, play action. Fires this one into the end zone. It is caught, and the human two-point conversion. Donovan Alubade.
53-7.
He's gotten quite a few of those over the last couple of weeks. So 53-7 is the IMG lead. And an update down in Naples is, looks like that game has come to a halt for Varsity Blue as there is a bad injury on the field. Not sure which player it is, but again, prayers up for Community School of Naples and Varsity Blue, down playing about 2 hours south of us right now.
Obviously never want to see that at any level, any team, anywhere.
This is Patrick Kane, teed up at the 40. And Zechariah Fort late to the special teams party. Kane will tee this up and hopefully have the touchback. And Gray Collegiate has had some luck on special teams. An opportunity to be fielded, not quite. Sails over the head and out for the touchback.
And on that kickoff, the running clock is once again triggered. So we step out of the vortex caused by the peculiar IMG delay of game on an untimed down with a running clock.
So 53-7. Again, last week IMG winning 55-14. So their again scoring ability here at home unquestioned. So probably maybe one more drive for Gray Collegiate. Waller fires to the sideline. It is caught by Offord. He steps out of play.
Waller's pass complete to Offord. He steps out of bounds.
Waller's been trying to work that sideline all game. Finally got it there.
We'll bring up second and a long two for the War Eagles.
The ball at the 28-yard line. It is 2nd and 2.
Gray from their own 28 and 7 minutes to go. Now the snap to Waller. Fires across. And looks like a little miscommunication on the route. That one falls in between Zy Offord and Jamarius Lockett and will bring up 3rd down.
Well, that last IMG score, it really seems like it's kind of taking the air out of this game, especially the 2-point conversion after it, even after the penalty. Both teams just a little slow coming to the line.
And now the handoff. Running right up the middle is B.J. Montgomery getting enough for the first down.
To the 35-yard line.
Got enough to move the chains.
So 1st and 10.
Wicks on the tackle.
Again, you have to imagine, Nate, they're going to try to get some deep strikes into the end zone if they're going to want to score, because with every play they only get 5 or 6 yards, they lose about another 30 seconds or so. Pressure coming, down he goes. Waller sacked again. This time the pair of Jackson Cooper and Elijah Golden.
Cooper and Golden were back there. 2nd down, a loss on the play.
And that's pressure straight through the middle, as I think we've reached the final water break.
And you saw number 96, Jackson Cooper, just absolutely manhandle his offensive lineman. Our final water break of the night. IMG up big, 53-7. You are watching IMG Academy football.
Like Mike, if I could be like Mike. You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
Welcome back. We break the final hydration break. Five minutes remaining. Waller fires this one quickly. It goes through the fingers of B.J. Montgomery.
Intended for Montgomery. We'll bring up a third down.
And third, and a long ways to go for Gray Collegiate.
Long way to go back home for them as well.
Now the snap. Waller, pressure coming, gets a nice little screen up the middle, and B.J. Montgomery continues to fight forward and gets a nice chunk of yardage back, but not enough for the first down.
Gray has been looking all night for an opportunity to take advantage of the defensive line pinning its ears back and just rushing hard upfield. That time, they got the linebackers dropping back into coverage and found that in-between area to drop it in for a bubble screen.
And they're going to go for it on 4th and long. Waller fires across the middle. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs. And IMG should be able to just run this final 4 minutes out. There is a flag down.
We'll see if this is a drive extender or an after the play flag.
This is a roughing the passer penalty.
And it will keep the drive alive as it's a roughing the passer. So 15 yards and into Ascender territory.
48-yard line. First down for Gray Collegiate.
So 1st and 10. And under 4 minutes to go. Looks like Trey Dobson back in for the War Eagles. Dobson across the middle, almost hits the official and out of the reach of B.J. Montgomery for an incomplete pass. We'll bring up 2nd and 10. Yeah, and so far you could still say the only gaffe for the Ascenders was the special teams unit. The defense still pretty much pitching a perfect game. Now the snap, Dobson. Pressure coming, Dobson can't get away from him, down he goes.
And the sack dance to the great amusement of the IMG Academy sideline.
And you'll see why. Dylan Worthen just coming across that edge. Also running into Elijah Golden, and then you get the little shimmy. And the crowd and teammates love it. 3rd and 11. Dobson running for his life again, and this is caught down to the 40-yard line.
Dobson's pass complete over the middle.
Looks like maybe they'll give him the
He's brought down by Kasani Giles.
4th and short.
3rd, 38. And it's going to be 4th and inches.
Well, they call it 4th and a yard.
And the referee going to look at where the spot is. And he's going to signal first down.
Well, they're going to give him the first down.
So 1st and 10. 38 yards out to try to get one more score. Dobson firing. It's incomplete down at the feet of Zion Job.
Second down.
I thought they may actually call for a chain measurement, which would have been the least efficient use of running clock time.
So 2nd and 10. Dobson takes the snap. Running up, and he is sacked again.
Dobson is
And another shimmy from Dylan Worthen.
Golden back there.
And Elijah Golden as well.
Loss of a couple on
Needs to add a second move.
and 12.
Yes, for now, we'll call that one the Ascender Shimmy. Under a minute to play. This might be the final play of the game. And the delayed handoff, they go right back up the middle with the same result, tackle for loss.
Montgomery is hit immediately as he has the football.
Carmelo McKenzie in on the stop.
This will bring up a 4th down.
And if Trey Dobson airs it out here, this will be the last play of the game regardless. Down to 20 seconds. 4th and about 14. Dobson takes the snap, just sailing this one high. Tracking through the air and incomplete. Great coverage by Alton Marks Jr. And that is going to be the end of the game. Another dominating performance for the Ascenders. 53, Gray Collegiate, just 7. Nate, what a game we saw. IMG, again, just appears to be in perfect midseason form and ready for anybody that's thrown in front of them.
Yeah, IMG roared out of the gate. Took the pedal off a little bit the last couple drives of the second quarter, but right back out in the third quarter. Defense was sharp throughout. The only touchdown was on, a really insane fake punt and pass play. Other than that, the defense was perfect, so if you credit that against special teams, the defense pitches a shutout. The offense puts up the 53, although, of course, 7 of that defensive as well. So all the way around, the Ascenders, as you said, peak midseason form.
We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If you're an Ascender fan, we know you enjoyed the outcome. You can join Nate again this Saturday as Postgrad is welcoming Advanced Prep Academy. I believe that broadcast will kick off at 6 p.m. again Saturday, October 21st. For everybody here at IMG Academy and for my broadcast partner, Nate March, my name is Ryan Sudol saying good night and so long from the Sun Coast.